What's up, everyone? This is the Jose Show. I hope everyone's having a fantastic day. Happy Monday. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And speaking of tuning in, I just found out that the last episode of this show got high ratings. It got almost 700 views, which happened to be the episode of where I was talking about Prince William, who was speculated to be cheating on Kate Middleton. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Oh my goodness, I was so happy once I received the news that I got really good ratings for this show. Um, it really motivates me to do this show even more, and it really motivates me to give you guys better and better news each day on what's going on, so that way you guys can be, of course, entertained, and you guys could be satisfied with hearing with what I have to tell you guys. So yeah, thank you guys so much. And I also am so glad that I got a few likes and a few comments on the video that I just had. Well, one of them was correcting me, telling me that Prince Williams, it's actually Prince William. It doesn't end with an S. Well, thank you guys, thank you certain person for correcting me on that. And then I got like 4 likes and like 2 dislikes, but whatever. But I mean, I got better ratings than ever before, y'all, so that's all that matters. So anyway, speaking of ratings, and speaking of you lovely fans, we got a lot to discuss about on today's show that maybe you guys are gonna be interested in knowing. And unfortunately, it's not going to be good news on what we're going to open up on today's show, because it has been previously reported that the director of a hit show called Boyz in the Hood was dead. But now we got an update from TMZ, which is telling us that the director is still alive, but he's in a coma right now and he's non-responsive. His mother, Shayla Ward, characterized it as a major stroke. And Shayla has asked a judge to appoint her temporary conservator to handle his business affairs, while one of his daughters, Cleopatra, is trying to block the conservatorship, claiming Shayla is trying to fleece the estate and freeze out his 4 children. So Shayla here, as we're finding out, she's making some action here with this situation, and also John is reportedly in Cedars-Sinai Medical Center, which is in LA. And it's a medically induced coma. So let's see what happens after this. Let's see if he ends up waking up or if he just doesn't make it alive anymore. We're gonna have to see what goes on next, you guys, but it sounds like something that is literally gonna be tough for him to survive after what I'm hearing, because I mean, not everyone makes it alive out of a coma, and second of all, after suffering a stroke, many people don't make it alive out of a coma when it comes to after suffering a stroke. Unfortunately, because strokes, of course, are something major. And strokes, that's when, of course, your heart stops functioning well, and that's when your brain stops, to actually function the way it's supposed to function by receiving the enough oxygen that it's supposed to be receiving. And unfortunately, it's something, it's like a bomb, pretty much, a stroke. It's like, okay, you completely get unconscious, and it's something that most of the time it'll like shut down everything of the human being. And if it's treated right away by a doctor or by a hospital, yes, of course, the body will you'll be in a coma, and then the body will not completely die out. But unfortunately, what happens here is that, like I said, the person isn't really guaranteed to survive because because unfortunately there's just times, like I said, where the stroke could end up winning, and the stroke um, could end up dominating the person instead of the person dominating the stroke. And by that I'm trying to say is that it's the stroke that's stronger enough to defeat the person. And since the stroke is stronger enough to defeat the person, this person ends up getting weak enough to the point that, of course, they're going to end up dying. And in this situation, that's what John Singleton is battling here. He's battling between either he's going to be alive and he's going to make it consciously, or he's going to be dead and he's, of course, never going to wake up again. So it's a 50-50. It's a between life or death situation. That's what I'm trying to say, you guys. So I'll keep you guys updated on what else is going to happen to John Singleton, if he's going to make it alive, if he's not going to make it alive, or if the family is going to, or I don't know, but I'm just making guesses here if maybe he's going to get disconnected or not, because there have been times when people unfortunately get disconnected and they die. But that's something that I've seen in some situations. But I'm just making guesses here. I'm just making, thinking of things that could happen. That's all. So yeah, my hearts and prayers go out to John Singleton's family, and of course to John Singleton. So that's all I gotta say, you guys. Well, anyway, on to better news. As we all know, Taylor Swift's new single just got released this past Friday. The single is called Me, and it's featuring Brendan Urie, who happens to be the lead vocalist of the group Panic! At the Disco. And the song is a pretty happy melody. It is a happier melody than, of course, of any of Reputation's singles, which happens to be Taylor Swift's previous record. But the album, with this new single that just came out, which happens to be Taylor Swift's 7th album, it seems to be going towards a happier and a better direction with this happier single that she just released. Because, well, first off, the lyrics sound very, very happy, and they sound very positive. And then another reason why is because the beat sounds so happy, and it sounds more uplifting. And then the song is about individuality, and it's about thinking about better and more positive things. And as previously noted by Taylor Swift herself when she had an interview with Robin Roberts the night that the single got released, she even told Robin Roberts that the song was about individuality, and that this pop song, because she said that as a pop song there's many songs that aren't really about individuality and all this, and she said that as a pop song she feels like this song will give that vibe, and it'll be more uplifting in a way. So I am glad that Taylor Swift, she went towards this kind of direction, you guys. It's really soothing, and it's really good to even see Taylor Swift get into a more positive and more uplifting note, because of the horrible situations that she's been through in the past. Of course, her feud with Kanye and Kim, and then Katy Perry, and then unfortunately this lawsuit that, well, she won the lawsuit, but I mean, it was still not pretty that she got inappropriately touched by a man, which happened to be a radio personality, which happened to be 2 years ago when this happened. And I am so glad that now she got rid of the snake. I mean, the snake kind of gave me vibes, but at the same time, I was like, nah, but the snake is just too much. It's like proving too much hate right there. So, in the beginning of the video, when I first saw the snake crawl in into the, into whatever, wherever it was going, but it was crawling, in the beginning of the music video, um, as the snake opened its mouth, the snake exploded and it turned into butterflies. And I was like, oh, so this means that Taylor Swift is finally over the snake situation. She's happy now and she's just focusing on a beautiful life filled with butterflies and rainbows and 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 of course on being happy. And then Brendan Urie, I believe he stars as the lover because he is the one that is following Taylor throughout the music video, and he gives Taylor one of her cats um, back to her, I believe, and then the both of them, they just go out and dance together on stage in front of millions of people, and then and at the very end of the video they go and walk through this beautiful colorful town where it ends up raining a bunch of colorful rain, and then Brendan just hands Taylor an umbrella and the both of them just walk together. um it's like it's a really nice music video. It looks like a little fantasy story filled with love and all that. It's like a Cinderella story, kind of like it. It's really cool. It's really really cool. For those of you Swifties that haven't watched it, I'm sorry that I spoiled it to you guys, but you guys gotta watch the music video. I love it. And then it broke the record on YouTube for the most views in less than 24 hours for a female artist, which congratulations to Taylor on that. And I am also happy that Brendan Urie, I mean, he had his share on this song, but I mean, I didn't expect for this song to be a collaboration. I only expected for this song to be a solo song because, of course, most of Taylor's songs are solo songs, especially her lead singles. Um, Unfortunately, the Swifties, they were not very impressed that it was a collaboration because they just wanted to hear only Taylor. But hearing the song, it was not bad at all. It was not upsetting at all. It was actually pretty good. Even if it was a collaboration, it was still good. I mean, even that it was a collaboration, it was still good. Um, so yeah, I am really, really glad that the song turned out well. Uh, it turned out well, and it didn't turn out bad as Swifties previously predicted it to be. So yeah, congratulations to Taylor on the release of her new single, which happens to be the lead single to her 7th album. We'll be waiting for more, of course, off of this next album, which is expected to drop later this year. And also, I'll hopefully be impressed with this next album, which I'm sure I will, because I mean, it's Taylor Swift, you guys. So yeah. So anyway, onto another topic.